We've got super incredible and frightening animals in the world. How terrifying would it be to come across giant, frightening creatures? Some are standing at full height, with claws raised and foam dripping from their massive teeth. You can imagine coming across animals so scary, creepy, and terrifying, strange enough that it haunts our dreams. In this video, we will be looking at the top 10 scariest animals that have ever existed. So watch this video to the very end because today's video will be very interesting. Number 10. Black Mamba Snake. We can't dispute how frightening snakes could be, and what amazes one is often their silence, as they don't make any noise. They only perform a rattle or a gentle hiss with their slow movement. But the black mamba is one of the scariest snakes ever to graze the world. This snake is a slender, long, and cylindrical snake. It also has a coffin-shaped head with a medium-sized eye and brow ridge. It is aggressive and extremely fast. Black mamba snakes are worse than other slithering monsters because of their rapt ability to attack first. Number 9. Cobra. Cobra is the common name for different types of elipid snakes, and most of them belong in the genus Neva. Cobras are dangerous, but they're also highly frightening as they instill fear in people. Cobras get a lot of press, and this is because of their threatening showmanship and big frills. They're mostly ugly and they have a deadly bite, but you should be more careful of cobras, as they kill more than any other snake and don't flare up to give you a prior warning before executing their action. Number 8. Asian Giant Hornet. The Asian giant hornet, also known as the Japanese giant hornet, is one of the world's largest hornets. The Asian giant hornet mostly prefers to live in forests and low mountains, and they always avoid plains and high-altitude climates. This type of hornet feeds on larger insects and colonies of other eusocial insects. If you feel these animals are very scary, then make sure you subscribe to the channel because if you won't, these creatures might end up haunting you in the night. Number 7. Bats. Bats are believed to be wicked types of creatures that suck the life force out of humans. These animals have been feared for eons, and they have an everlasting place in scary movies and horror stories. They are also an enduring symbol of the dark. They are one of the top predators of night-flying insects, and they help keep down the insect population worldwide. Bats create fear in their enemies' hearts, and while choosing an animal that is dangerous to its enemies, bats should be inclusive. Although bats are always feared for their somewhat ugly faces and leathery wings, they generally don't do anything but eat insects and live quietly. Number 6. Alligator. It won't be a good idea to come closer or try to provoke an alligator or a crocodile in any way. They do not only look ugly or scary, but their attacks are always deadly. Alligators are very rare to chase people, but that doesn't mean you should provoke them. You can imagine the feeling of them suddenly disappearing and appearing to you, like a professional-grade hitman. Number 5. Cape Buffalo. The Cape Buffalo is considered one of the most dangerous and scariest animals that have ever lived. This animal has a body weight of up to 2,000 pounds, and it is very powerful and at the same time scary. With ease, Cape Buffaloes can toss a lion up several feet into the air while protecting a juvenile buffalo. Currently, the Cape Buffalo is in the near-threatened conservation status, and this is so because of habitat fragmentation. Strangely, they are primarily in conflict with humans. They are always aggressive, and some of the problems they always cause are trying to break fences and trample crops all around. They also spread different diseases to livestock populations. Indeed, this animal is as dangerous as it looks. Number 4. Vampire Squid. The vampire squid is another scary animal that has ever existed. It thrives deep in the ocean with very little oxygen. They mainly feed on marine snow. Even though they tend to sound pleasant, the precipitation of corpses, poop, and snot rains down onto them. Vampire squids always look very creepy, especially when they move all those webbed tentacles up over their head. They can look pretty, but they are very weird and super scary. Number 3. Wolffish. The Atlantic wolffish can also be referred to as the sea wolf. It is one of the scariest types of fish you will ever encounter. The more period you spend in the water, the more you realize that it's an awful place, filled with all kinds of horrors. The wolffish is just a combination of all deep sea horrors, and this type of fish has an all-around tooth that makes it look horrifying to other fish in the sea. Number 2. Hippos. Hippos are just the definition of violence. They are incredibly unpredictable and violent. Unfortunately, these creatures are also responsible for more deaths in Africa than any other animal. You just need to be highly cautious when dealing with them, as the threat of the hippopotamus is just something we shouldn't see as fun. These animals are cursed with rigid bodies, powerful jaws, and bad temper. You just have to mind your limbs and attitude while you're around the great hippo. Number 1. Grizzly bear. We understand that bears are often harmless, and some may find it unfair to add them to the list. Grizzly bears are particularly harmless as long as you do not threaten them, their food, or their territory. Grizzlies are far less prickly and pushy than people, and they can be terrifying and ugly. If you're not careful, you're more likely to be wounded by these creatures. Well, that's it for our top 10 scariest animals that have ever existed. You can also check through our channels for other exciting videos. Did you like this video? Then drop a like. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.